Good morning, friends. Welcome to my channel. I'm Bernard, and today's lesson is going to be on major scales, two octave major scales. And there's something very special about two octave major scales. Mostly good, but some downside to it also. So first of all, let's decide what a major scale is. I've already taught you previously about G major, D major, and A major. Very easy to play, one octave scales. G major, D major, A major. These fit very comfortably under the hand if you've practiced your left hand warm-up. But when we extend it to two octaves, you can't play quite the same. If you did, let's just pretend we were playing the G major scale we're going to use just by a pattern. It kind of gets all messed up, you know? So we have to really know what we're playing, okay? So if you play this first octave of G major, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. So the key of G has one sharp, F sharp. Now if we play a second octave, we have to play C naturals and F sharp. That's the key, the C natural. So if I play C natural, F sharp, and they're coming down the same way. So that's interesting. Now what about D major? Of course, D major, you can't play two octaves because it extends out of first position. Oh, yes, by the way, notice there's a C sharp there. Whoops, there's two more notes to go. Yeah, you could do it that way, but there's a better way. And what about A major? Well, we can start on A major actually down on the G string, so we can actually accomplish two octaves. So A major, without giving a hint on how we figure it out, has three sharps: F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. So I play A, B, C sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A. And now it fits right in the hand for that, left hand warm up. But then we go down the next string on the D, you gotta play G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C. Okay, so let's do a quick, very brief discussion about the circle of fifths. We start at the key of C because key of C has no sharps, no flats. You go up a fifth, C, and you can check my video about intervals, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so there's G. And we already talked about that. One sharp. Okay, so as you go up the circle of fifths, you add a sharp. So now we've got an F sharp. Now we go up another fifth from G to D. Add a second sharp, C sharp. Now notice that the sharps are also going up by a fifth. The key goes up by a fifth. The sharps are added one at a time by a fifth above. All right, so after D, we go to A, three sharps. We've had F sharp, C sharp, now G sharp. We see on the violin, F sharp, C sharp, G string, G sharp, right across the fiddle. Okay, we go up from A to E. Ooh. Four sharps now in the key of E. And let's say we would go from E to B. That's five sharps. From B to F sharp, six sharps. From F sharp to C sharp, seven sharps. Here's one for the the mathematicians out there. After the key of C sharp, we went up another fifth. It'd be G sharp. 8 sharps. How do you do 8 sharps? Well, it's got to be double sharp. One's got to be a double sharp. But that's all theory. It's just nonsense. We sometimes use double sharps or double flats in music, but never the key of G sharp major, not that I can recall. What about flats? We start on C, and we go down a fifth. F, 1 flat. Go down another fifth. B flat, 2 flats. From B flat to E flat, 3 flats. One of Mozart's favorite keys to write pieces in. And we just continue down until we have 7 flats. Okay, so understanding the circle of fifths isn't, you can play the violin and not understand the circle of fifths, but it certainly helps a lot to understand the circle of fifths while you're playing scales. Now we come to the interesting part about playing 2-octave major scales and what makes them kind of special, because the first 2-octave scale you play would be, and let's say you play A flat major as your second one down here. Now you have to know, how many flats in the key of A flat major? A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat. All right, so A flat has 4 flats. Okay, now next one, A major, that's pretty easy, 3 sharps. And now we start our first major scale starting on second finger, B flat. B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. So 2 flats. Now here's where the fun part comes in. You can now play all the rest of the scales without even knowing what the notes are by just starting on second finger. So the next one would be, notice I'm just using the same finger pattern. Ho, 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 come across, ho, ho, ho. Oh, it changes a little bit when we get to the A string. Becomes a half step between 3 and 4. So I wasn't even really thinking about accidentals when I played that. I was just playing by ear and just playing the pattern. But, if you understand the circle of fifths and know what the keys are, I think it's a smart thing to do. For example, when I'm playing F sharp, 6 sharps in the key of F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B natural, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp. So here I am playing in 5th position, so it'll be good for you to know all your positions, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, because one of Jascha Heifetz's favorite scales, whenever a student would go play for him for the first time, he'd always ask them to play a C major scale, and it's just because we traditionally start scales on the second finger, whether it's a 2-octave scale or a 3-octave scale, except obviously not G, A flat, A natural. But once we get to B flat, everything above, that's where we start using second finger. So that's the story about major, 2-octave major scales, and it's kind of fun. They're a lot easier. On another video, I'll talk about minor scales, which are more complicated because, you know, classical composers only use one major scale. There's only one scale in major, but in minor there's 3. So stay tuned for that. It'll be fun to investigate that. But so today on this video, we worked about major scales, 2-octave major scales, and the circle of fifths briefly. All right, thank you so much for listening. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And okay, we'll see you on the next video, learning more about violin playing.